Big Baby. Yay, we're gonna do another taco hell today.
Yeah.
So this one is gonna be kind of a takedown. You know, I'm gonna have different kinds of things like customer stories or stuff like that. But today's actually gonna be a coworker story.
Yeah, as established last time, we have all the coworkers named after the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah,
based on which they embody most.
This one's gonna be about sloth.
Yep. My girl Sloth.
So, I mentioned this in the last episode, but I'm just going to establish this because this is a little important to the story. I am basically the assistant manager at our fast food restaurant. So I'm the boss, you know, when the manager and the owner isn't around. And that's like half the time that I'm there.
Yeah.
They leave me with the store a lot.
You are in charge a good amount of time of that store.
Yeah. So I'm basically the assistant manager. And about like 6 months ago, we hired Sloth. I actually got Sloth hired because I liked her personality and stuff like that. And with fast food restaurant, with predominantly customer service, you know, positions, because everybody deals with customers, you know, you personality is important. You know, we technically can't turn anyone away because of their personality, but we can sure find that to be kind of a supporting factor in if we hire them. And so
you can certainly choose someone with a better personality over someone else if you felt fit. You know?
And so I actually got her hired. I wrote on her application, I like her. And the manager saw that. So there was a bit of a risk. Her resume said that she worked in Texas for a while, and then...
At a Whataburger, correct?
Yeah, at a Whataburger, actually. And then she worked at Whataburger, and she left there because she moved. And then in her resume history, it said that she worked at the Subway next door for a month, and that she quit because she didn't fit in there. And, you know, we didn't really like that, but at the same time, like, it's a fast food restaurant. We can't just be so nitpicky about who we hire, you know, like...
You needed someone.
We needed someone, and she was nice and pretty, you know? And so, pretty immediately, she was really, really good worker, actually. She was ambitious. She knew what she was doing. You know, she already had her food handler license. As I said, my job's a lot like Subway, so she was kind of experienced when it comes to, you know, that format. But she kind of dropped off after about 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it goes the opposite way most of the time, where people start out really garbaggio for like the first few months, and then they improve, like Gluttony, how he kind of, you know, was totally garbage, and now he's a little bit better. I wouldn't say he's great right now, but he's a little bit better.
I would say that Wrath is more like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Sloth, she kind of fell off and stopped doing her job.
Yeah, so she takes bathroom breaks about once an hour for 10 minutes. She takes snaps in there, like I've seen on her Snap story.
Oh my God, all the time.
On the Snap story, she'll be in the bathroom, and it's like a single stall bathroom, so we can't go in there. Obviously, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
But she frequently goes to the bathroom. We kind of have a system, since there's only 1 or 2 of us in the restaurant at a time, that if the door goes off and there's a customer, the closest person, or the person who's not doing anything, goes for... I say not doing anything. What I mean is their hands aren't inside of a giant thing of chicken that they're breaking into small pieces, you know? Like, they're not actively in the middle of something.
Yeah.
And so usually we take off turns for who goes to help the customer. And she only goes to help the customer if there's a line forming.
Yeah. She doesn't pay that much attention to... It's just... She's not on top of it. She doesn't give a fuck.
She has skipped out on shifts without calling in the industry. That's called no call, no show.
Yeah.
She has no call, no showed more than once.
I can't believe she still has her job, to be honest.
The only reason that she's not fired is because they don't want to pay the unemployment. In where we live, you get unemployment even if you get fired.
Yeah.
So... And I think there's like weird tax stuff that happens with that, so the owner doesn't want to fire her for that reason.
Yeah.
And she's also the only one that isn't a kid, like under 18, because they all go to school, so we need somebody in the morning. So it's hard to fill that schedule because without me working literally every day of the week, it's impossible.
Yeah.
That's why
it's
she
a little
still works here. It's ironic she has a job because of me.
It's very delicately balanced, but
Because this story is about how I was really nice to Sloth about it, and then she just kind of took it the wrong way and just really hates me now.
oh, she really like crossed you bad.
So, about 2 months after, the bathroom breaks every hour for 10 minutes, the texting, the coming to work late, the missing shift. I think she only missed one at that time. She came in on her day off with her friend. And at our restaurant, you can make your own food as long as there isn't a line. Because if there's a line, it looks bad. Mm-hmm. So she came, and that's when you're working, not on your day off. On her day off, she came in and she skipped the line and let her friend come to the front of the line. She made her food and her friend's food. And then I checked the till right after she left, and she only charged her friend for food. So she took food. We normally get $9 a day on the day we're working in merchandise value, but she just didn't ring out her food at all. So she stole. And so the way that you exit, just like Subway, I guess, the way you exit our line is it's like a hallway, and you have to like walk around, and there's a door. So I kind of stepped in front of her after she left the point of sale, because I actually noticed she didn't ring it herself up just because of the dollar amount that I saw on the big screen. And so I stepped out in front of her, and all I said was, "Next time you're going to ask." And that's how I said it. And, I am her boss, So she didn't say anything really. She just said, "I'm sorry." And her friend left. Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought was the end of it. And then she told the manager that, I was mean and whatever, rude to her.
Megan's so mean.
Yeah, there's a joke.
That's another taco hell.
There's a joke between me and the manager about how I'm mean.
There's a story behind that joke that's going to be its own episode of this show.
Yeah, but that's... So she told the manager that I was being mean to her, and the manager replied with, "Why didn't you pay for your food?"
Yeah.
So, the manager wasn't really mad at me. So then she made up this story about how I was threatening to fire her and how I was bragging to everyone that I was going to get her fired, which never happened.
Of course. That's just straight up a fucking lie.
So her and I were really tense for, a month or two after that. And she's never really liked me. But ever since that incident, she just, doesn't like me. And I guess people just always hate their boss.
You can't, there's nothing you can do about it.
Something about, telling people what to do. They just don't like it, even if you're their boss.
That's how it is with the kids, where, some of those kids just hate you because they're 16 and they have to. Yeah. It's just hard to deal with, but they just do.
Oh, I don't take it personally. I understand.
Of course.
So, there was one night that I was working with her, and she was leaving when the store was closed, and I was staying half an hour to finish up the cleaning. And she left, and she told me she had to walk home because the buses weren't running that day for some reason. And she didn't ask me for a ride or anything. I have a car, and she doesn't live that far away from me. It's only 2 miles. And she just left. And, I finished up cleaning, and I even told her, I was like, "Call me if you have to walk." Because I didn't want her to walk. And she didn't call me, but she also didn't tell me she was home, because she told me she was going to text me when she got home. So I drove down the road that she walks down to get home and picked her up. And she was so surprised that I was being nice. I know. She was so shocked that I came and got her and drove her home. And she was halfway home at that point, because it was a long walk, but it was also a long job. But it was raining, and
I would have felt bad no matter how much bad blood was between us.
Yeah, and then she was nice to me for about another month, but she often tries to skip out on shifts because she's tired. She'll even say that. She'll say, "I'm tired." And
there's no better way to say it, but that's just not good enough.
It's that's just not good enough.
Not in a job this stressful, with this few people.
And
working,
there's only 7 of us, so to swap a shift, it can sometimes cause some schedule rifts. So I had opened the store at I don't want to say our store hours. I went for the
morning shift.
I went for the morning shift, which is like 9:30 in the morning, really, really early before the stores opened. And then she had the closing shift. And the closing shift ends 12 hours after the opening shift begins. So she was tired one day, and this happened last week, and she wanted me to take her shift for her. So she wanted me to work a 12-hour shift because she was tired.
Yeah. And you already don't get very many days off because you have to work, like you and the manager have to work more than anyone because most of the employees go to school. So you always have to pick up mornings and late nights and other shit.
And that's the thing is I do openings, I do closings, and then go the next morning and do openings. Like Clopening as it's known, I do whatever. So, I'm always really tired. Oh, God. And this girl's always asking for days off. But
yeah, it's funny because she keeps saying that she's not and then continually asking for days off more and more and more.
It's been like, I think we counted it. It's like 20 days in the next few months or something. Like it's like, and they're all weekends. And then she always has to have Tuesday and Fridays off because of another job that she has. So she's asking, like, with her days off and extra days off, she's asking to work like only Wednesdays and Mondays and Thursdays. And it's just like, we can't work around. And then on top of that, she tries to swap shifts and she doesn't show up sometimes. So she's just like the most flaky person ever. And we get frustrated with her, and then she like resents us because we don't just let her do whatever the hell she wants.
Exactly. It's funny because like you meet people who are grown up, but they have the mentality of a kid still.
Were you tweeting during the podcast?
Yes, I was tweeting during the podcast.
Wow.
Don't fight me. At ReallyBigBaby on Twitter.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, she's a really flaky person, basically.
And the point is, sorry, I guess I keep veering from this. The point is, I'm a really nice person. People just don't understand me. I'm a little misunderstood, I guess. I'm kind of... I have this kind of serious...
You're serious and you're blunt. I guess
very
that comes
blunt.
That comes off wrong with people, but
yeah, and it just rubs people the wrong way, and they think I'm mean, and they think that I don't like them, but that's not true. I'm actually a really nice person.
Mm-hmm. And you do like them.
I'm very generous, quite a bit. Yeah, I like
sloth.
I like sloth, but personality wise, I really do like her.
You and her get along very well.
She's a really bad worker, and when I try and discipline her, she resents me.
Yeah, and it's hard because like she doesn't know how to be friends with someone and also be their boss. And this is a problem we've had in the past, because other people have worked at this fast food establishment, including one of our roommates.
Yeah.
And he also resented you and had a hard time, accepting you as his boss, even when you guys were both living in the same house and working at the same place.
God, that was weird.
That was very strange.
But I love it. I love him.
Shout out to my boy Sean.
I
can say his name loud and proud because we're in a band together.
And in the same house as him. Sean!
He's not going to come out. He's taking care of his kid.
He's ignoring us.
Yeah, he's ignoring our stupid antics.
Anyway, I think that's it.